Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hello, this is Kevin from Personal Tutors once again, bringing to you the chapters of 12th class NCERT syllabus book, Vistas. Friends, we have been reminding you about various NCERT syllabuses being covered from our end at Personal Tutors. This is the third book that is almost on the verge of completion. We have completed standard 10th English literature, we have completed snapshots of class 11th, and now here comes the Vistas as well for you. It's a story, the chapter called The Enemy. It's about a Japanese doctor, Dr. Sadao, and his wife Hana, who are actually helping out an American prisoner of war who gets washed away at the beach near the house. The story starts as young Sadao being taken to the beach by his father and informing him that these beaches are the stepping stone of Japan's bravery and prosperity. A fine day during the World War II, an American soldier is washed down at the beach near their house, and Dr. Sadao running to see what has happened, where he and his wife Hana realize that the American soldier has been a prisoner of war and in the process of escaping was shot by the Japs and thus has been swept away almost in a dying condition. In spite of Dr. Sadao being a Japanese, his humanitarian part and the doctor's oath of saving people no matter who they are comes in effect, and Dr. Sadao and Hana take the soldier back to their home, where they get him operated and take the bullet out of the wound. He is looking forward to be a bit reluctant and a bit harsh for being condemned by his servants of nursing the person who in fact denied Hana from any involvement of nursing the patient since he was an American. Friends, this shows the enmity of Japanese cultured people, the citizens, and towards the soldiers of the United States of America. They considered them to be an omen, people who brought destruction to their country. Thus the servants denied helping Hana in getting him bathed or cleaning him up. Hana, on the other hand, contrary, is a wife of Sadao, and keeping in mind the effort that Dr. Sadao is putting in, readily goes ahead and helps Dr. Sadao in cleaning and washing the prisoner up. During the time span, the helpers leave the residence of Dr. Sadao in a process of knowing that he is helping a traitor. Whence, Hana, as a faithful wife, stands by the side of her husband and gets the patient recovered. He is supported by his wife all the time, thus bringing the patient back and rejoicing the health once again. Dr. Sadao is a bit scared at the moment by knowing the fact that even though he has cured the American, he could be condemned for treason and helping up a spy stay at their place and house, thus getting imprisoned by the country as well. He would have been claimed to be a traitor himself, since he was hiding an American soldier who could be a spy. Dr. Sadao incidentally happened to be the chief surgeon of an army general as well. He informs the general that he has been hiding an American prisoner of war in his house, has cured him, and now is scared of the consequences. The general did not want Dr. Sadao to be arrested by the authorities because he, being a self-centered person, wanted Dr. Sadao to be by his side forever. He trusted Dr. Sadao and no one else for his life. Thus, he does not take an action of sending in the police or the army to get the American arrested and Dr. Sadao as well. He informs Sadao that he would be sending assassins tonight to kill the American, thus getting rid of him. Dr. Sadao also wanted to have rid of the American soldier and said that would be a brilliant idea. Incidentally, Sadao had to wait for 3 nights for him to come. He had to go ahead and wait for 3 gruesome nights where he would be getting some assassins and killing the American in their sleeps. That's where he realizes that if it's not happening now, it's not going to happen ever again. Here, his instincts of being a medical practitioner come back again, and he is again overwhelmed with the work and the oath of a practitioner. He goes ahead and offers the American soldier a dinghy boat, fills it with the rations, water, fruit, and asks the American to go to the remote island nearby where he could easily move out, catching up a Korean fishing boat, thus getting him back to the mainland. It really supports and denotes the idea of him letting the kid go away. It gives us a notion. The last plot here claims Dr. Sadao wondering to himself that in spite of being a Japanese, why did he help an American soldier? That's where the story ends, my friends. Let's have a look at a few questions and answers. So the first question here arises, will Dr. Sadao be arrested on charge of harboring an enemy? For sure, but of course he could have been shot dead, hanged to death for hiding a spy in his house, being an American, bereaved and hated by the Japs. He would have definitely met a bad end. In this time of the World War, an American prisoner of war is washed ashore in a dying state and is found at the doorstep of Japanese doctor. Should he save him as a doctor or hand him over to the army as a patriot? Humanity and love are almost missing, my friends. May we be enraged by the fire and the anguish of wars. May the countries be filled with the cups of hatredness. Yet, the sharing of oneness between two human has to remain. This instance was immediately overcoming Dr. Sadao at the moment he saw a poor prisoner of war lying almost helpless and lifeless on the beach. The first instinct to him came that being a doctor, he could revive the person, leave apart the war and the inhuman nature depicted in the trenches of enmity. Who was Dr. Sadao and where was his house? Dr. Sadao was a Japanese surgeon who went for his studies to the United States of America, where he was, despite it somehow being a Jap, came back to Japan, was serving a general as his personal aide, had a beautiful wife, Hana, who supported him. He stayed at a house near the beach where the American soldier got washed out, and thus the story began here. What will Dr. Sadao and his wife do with the men? Obviously, when they found a patient lying lifeless on the beach, they took him up, they picked him up, they took him home, they washed him clean, they nursed his wounds, even operated him, taking out the bullet, reviving him by giving proper care and nursing him in a proper manner, thus bringing him back to life and letting him stand on his feet again. Will Dr. Sadao be arrested on charge of harboring an enemy? He could have gone ahead and been arrested. This question has been repeated earlier as well. But on humanitarian grounds, even the general, being a cell-phone person, let it go, since he was more concerned about himself rather than Sadao being arrested by people and being taken away from the general rather. What will Dr. Sadao do to get rid of the man? The first thing that Dr. Sadao felt to be best was to inform the general about him harboring a patient, an American patient, at his place. The next thing that he informed him was that the general could go ahead and send assassins to his place, thus ending up the American. That would be best to do. After waiting for 3 long days, the assassins don't arrive, yet the general forgot. Hence, Dr. Sadao felt that it would be best to let the American flee. He helped him get a dinghy boat, found a spot on an island, asked him to wait there to catch a Korean boat and get back to his country. There are moments in life when we have to make hard choices between our roles as private individuals and as citizens with a sense of national loyalty. Discuss with reference to the story you have just read. Life has many faces. At times, we have to go ahead and make hard choices between our roles as an individual and the national security or the national loyalty towards the nation. This question can be referred in different languages by different individuals. To phrase it short and help you get a crux, we can be informed by acts of valor where people have been supporting, working on humanitarian grounds in spite of being loyal to the nation, which had been seen in the Holocaust, where the Nazis were almost eradicating the Jews, and Schindler helping out a community of Jews at his place that exists today, known as the Schindler's Jews. An example, a modern example can be seen in the movie My Name is Khan, where the ailed person reaches a country where he would like to prove his sanctity, where he would like to prove the sacredness of his religion, yet landing up in a flood in a county of Georgia and helping out people in spite of having a grave hatred towards the nation which had depicted them to be terrorists. So these were a few questions and answers about the chapter, The Enemy. In the series of completing the NCERT syllabus, we at Personal Tutors have now started with the 12th standard Vistas book as well. If you want to know something about us or have any questions, please do comment below. We would answer you back. Press the button about us to know more about Personal Tutors. Please do subscribe our channel for new updates every day. And if you want to go ahead and have data online, you can request it or get it in pen drives as well. Thank you very much, my friends.